Alright, are we working? All my cool overloads are like overlays and shit are gone right now because I'm using the older OBS system. So, sorry. For whatever reason, the new the Streamlabs OBS updated and it won't load. Like it'll just sit there and spin wheels on the opening page. So my apologies. All right, that's good. So we're gonna pick up where we left off last night. We're starting on the new one. I don't give a fuck, McAfee. You know what? Let's see if this will work. Change it up a little bit. And so it actually gets the right titles in here. I decided to do the smart thing. Measure in centimeters and millimeters, you know. Plus it's nice and easy, you know, to figure out the math instead of doing like, okay, well, 7/8, so I gotta go find 7/16, and, you know, all that fun stuff. And, of course I realized that because it's 8.5 inches across on the image, that reminds me, hold on. I literally tried to do something smart, and that's what I get for that. Since last night's image was such a disaster, you guys can download that if you're gonna paint along with me. Nobody watching. When you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient pitch, but one I wouldn't switch, 'cause there's no nicer witch than you. Now, I'm not 100% sure that these guidelines won't end up over things that are probably important. So in the event that that happens, it's witchcraft, crazy witchcraft, and although I know it's strictly taboo, go away. Not you guys. I promise. I didn't mean you guys. Alright, let's see here. But no, as I say, it was 8.5 centimeters across. Alright, so the halfway point of 8.5 centimeters then is going to be 4.25, and I don't have 0.25, so I'm like eyeballing it. That's always fun. And like I said, now this may cover when I'm... What did I do? This may cover up part of like something important, an eyeball or something on one of these animals. Like I kind of think I'm lining up to one of the owls right here. Ooh, nice smear there. Oops. Pen's starting to go, I think. Nah, I don't want this one. Alexa, skip. I have to start shedding some of the L7 off of my Amazon Music list just because it's just constantly trying to play them, and it's like, all right, it was cool hearing them after a while because I hadn't listened to them in a long time, but now it's like, all right, can we maybe not all the time? For thy sway with the wind, resolution slips away again. I see, I'm going to do this one in inches because I think it's a little easier on that side. Knock. Or not. Let's see. I'll just dump it down. Yeah, it's a little more than... Okay, we'll do it under the centimeters then. Better start making notes. Decision, cloud my vision. Like, I'm sure it's going to do it to me in this song too. Hold on. A little bit. Alright. Whew. That is rough. That is like... I kind of wish I had, like, not measured everything with that little lip we made last night. That would actually work in my favor tonight. Alright. So, it's 25.9. So it's going to be a 12.45 for 1/2. Oh yeah, my pen's blowed up. Oh, I like this pen too. I'm going to find another one. Alright, and then that's going to be... No one listens. Back and forth, I sway with the wind. Resolution slips away again. Right through my fingers, back into my heart. The time and reach, and it's in the dark. Sometimes I think I'm right, but I may be. What the fuck happened here? Okay. Way, but I know there's a picture for me. Indecision clouds my vision. No one listens because I'm somewhere. Oh, that's interesting. So, like, the 1/2 wave, it's literally, yeah, like this line is quite literally at the desk. That's interesting. Somebody put me together. Somebody put me together. Now, because of the way that sort of measured out here, it's just sort of like just off. There's no real way for me to work out 6.225 in centimeters, millimeters. Like, that's just not going to cut it. So we just sort of again, eyeball it up a little bit. Hopefully get it near the right spot. I'm going to do a little more improvisation than I wanted to do on this, but whatever, that's fine. It's fine, it's fine. It's worth noting that's probably like when your wife says it's fine. Oh, you didn't get me something for my birthday. Oh, it's fine. Better sounds nobody ever heard. Sing some better words. That was smart. Put the pencil away. I didn't lose it, did I? It's supposed to be tucked back here. Not this will do anything, because it won't focus because there's nothing there to focus on. I'm trying to focus on my head. Never sell out of it. I probably only sell one. Yeah, I think this week I'm going to try to get this thing up there. It's going to be tough, but I think I can do it. Alright, we're just shy of like the halfway point here. And it actually kind of creeps down. Like just a little bit. So this is going to be one of those ones where I want to probably erase that line pretty quickly right there. Gave each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing out our face, saying, "Wake up, you need to make money." So we're gonna just try to at least dim it a little right there. Yo. Because it should be tighter even to that line than what it did, and I want to make sure it's. I want this to look good, you know? Oh, I think it's the pop-up window. If someone clicked follow, that'd really help me. I don't understand whether that's really the pop-up window or something else that's fucked up on my screen. I'm just saying. You know, you don't have to. What do I guess? You know, you never call. You never say hello. Wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly it far away. Alright. Oh, wake up. It was a rough sleep night. See, I think I kind of screwed myself last night. And I didn't call myself in the morning. No, fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible. That's why I need people to be on here so I can actually, like, talk. Because I finished the painting last night, and then I started a little bit of work on this. Like, usually when I finish a painting, that's the night I get to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the time I'm like, cool, I did what I wanted to do. I'm groovy. You know, this is how I wanted it to be. And, wow, there's a lot of, like, I guess kind of like robust square kind of setup on this. That's really what it's got to be. There's just a lot of stuff in my measurements that are lining up with stuff that's in there, and it's very interesting. The elbow's gonna be kind of right in this area. With his perfectly unkept clothes. And there he goes. Now I've worked on a couple of sketches of this thing. Now I think this was the bad one. I'll be honest. Like, I was definitely off in the proportions. God, I'm tired. I apologize. Let me get my water. That will help me, believe it or not. But like I was saying, before I get distracted again. Again, I'm tired, so my brain's like everywhere. But I finish a painting, I get to sleep. That's kind of like, my little reward to myself. And, but since I started something new, even though it was just a little bit of gritting on here, it's enough to disrupt that. Oh. And there he goes. I gotta make sure we get these proportions right, though, because that's where I got fucked up before. Like once I started trying to do everything and put it all together, because he's not like Goya's proportions on here are not 100%. They're it's at a funky angle. There's little things going on that are just kind of screwing around with it. Might be worth it just to kind of like stop trying to make parts and just kind of go with the big forms. I think that's the best way to do this right now. He's still strong. Nothing's changed but the surrounding bullshit that has grown. Oh, and now he's home and we're laughing like we always did. Our same old friend. Until the 9:45. I saw the strain creeping. He seems distracted, and I know just what is gonna happen next. Before his first step, he is off again. I'm already lining getting this mistakes here going up. Alexa, skip. It's just stuff that's funky. The way this leg works, because the legs are overdoing each other. If you need to see, look at the link there. I'll try to remember to keep popping that up. There's just some funky stuff going in the way he had this all like angles at and stuff. And like I said, I may not be at 100% with this my measurement, so we're gonna have some mismatches here, which doesn't thrill me. I'll be honest. That's starting to line up a little bit. All right, that's good. This will be a slow burn drawing, I won't lie. Yeah, my goal one day is to be singing along to something so well that it kicks off YouTube's like, hey, that's somebody else's shit. Like they'll be like, that's John Williams' Star Wars theme there. You can't do that. I'll be like, watch me, bitches. So now there's another one. It's like weird angles and weird stuff going on. Because the foot comes way the fuck over here. It's got a real long leg. See, and I'm off. I'm off. We're going to start over. Just start it from scrap again. Let's just cut it and cut our losses, go over. Something got fucked up. Just try to erase as much as we can without like eliminating the guidelines. This is gonna be a hard one. And I knew this going in. This one's gonna fight. This one's gonna be a bitch. And first off, I know I'm not the draftsman that Goya was. That's number one. And the nature of okay, this is going kind of across here from here to there, right? Some angles, right? I'm not down like that. I got fucked up. And this angle. I guess I tilted that up a little too much. Like his ankle hits here. The foot crosses over. Foot should be going like there. This reminds me of a Green Lantern drawing I did for my friend Doug. The ankle, like, definitely was at a funky ankle. Yeah, ankle was at a funky angle. And, I'll be honest, I probably broke Hal Jordan's ankle in that one, but. Foot should be here. pencil soon. I gotta get this special pencil I wanted. It's like, it's not really a pencil. It's actually like a graphite holder kind of thing. Somebody's actually supposed to order it for me, and I might not be able to wait much longer. See, now, but that's the thing. Boy, this is getting all sorts of funky. I'm missing something here. It's gotta come down more, maybe? A little more? Let's try that. See, I started trying to do drawings to this thing, and they weren't working. I figured if I did the grid, I'd be a lot better off, but I'm having no troubles even with the grid now. But this one's got to get done. This one's been on my mind for a very long time. Let's try focusing on something else for a second. If I focus on that leg, maybe it's fucking me up. Alright, so we've got about here for the coat. That's about right. That's it. Maybe the leg's actually up down too low. That might be what is going on here. So I started too low. So pull it up, over. That should fix actually a lot of those issues. Actually, label it. Just put that link on it. Tell you what it is. Get away. If you want, maybe I'll put on. Well, I did it already. I loaded it up there, and maybe I'll show the link in a few. I've made a GIF of the progress of Wilma every night. I'm pretty proud of that. I wonder if I could do this. Let's look for copy it from here. Oh wait, hold on. Wasn't on the right fucking image, wasn't it? That's what I was thinking. Okay. Let's see if this will work. There we go. Oh, it's almost there. Let's try it now. It's not really working very well. I'll figure it out. I gotta adjust it a little bit. I probably grabbed the wrong link. There's, image error, so many links that you can use. Doesn't matter. Grab the right one. All right. I think that solved our issue, actually, just by focusing on that coat a little bit. Gave me enough of a distraction to put my head right. Very excited for tomorrow. I've said it before many times. I know. I'm gonna annoy the hell out of you guys if nobody's listening. I mean, why not? Nobody's listening. You don't care if I repeat the same story. You never heard it. But I get to see Gaelic Storm tomorrow with the missus. I'm very excited about that. So here's the thing with this picture, by the way. I just want to get back to the subject. One of the reasons that the proportions look all funky and get all crazy is like, all right, like it cuts off right here, right at this point. Part of it because he's sitting on a chair, and the arm of the chair is catching some of the coat, and it's lifting it over the chair, over the arm, and then so the arm's coming forward with a little bit of the coat on there, so it's catching that. It's there's some interesting little things here. There's parts where it's like folded back in on itself, which will be right along this line here. So the coat's folded back on top of itself right at that point. So catch up there, then like that, and it goes like that a little bit. And then down comes the very, very edge of this rolling chair. It's a rolling chair. You can see the wheels on it. The wheels are about here. Alright, we can kind of pull off that with a pretty easy little few marks. Pull that back down. Let's get this funky little pattern to it. My ear's been itching all day today. I don't know what that means. I imagine it means my ear's itchy, but I'm not a betting man, so I don't know for sure if that's. I'm no doctor. I've got the plan. I'd really like to know if, like, last night, right as I was logging out, I mean, literally, as I was giving the middle finger for my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 count to log out, suddenly it popped up with that 3 viewers. And I was like, dude, did I really get 3 viewers? And immediately flipped them off. Like, that would suck. If you came by and I flipped you off, I didn't mean that. Like, it's just something I was doing to be funny. Just entertain myself, because nobody's here. That's the way, I like it, that's the way, I like it, that's the way, I like it. Tell me you're loving me. All your love. It's okay. Oh, that's the way. I like. See, another part of the weird things here, like right in this area here, the leg's ending, and then the shadows of the leg are here. So it's a really complicated piece. It really is. And you can see right behind it, right here, this little corner right here. If you're looking at the picture online, you can look at it for yourself. A little bit of that coat just pops up in there, just, you know, a little lip, just a fold of fabric, you know. I'm not gonna lift up I was gonna lift my shirt and show you like a little bent, you know, but. So it's just these little moments that it fucks it up trying to draw it right and get it, you know, get it down. And it's been tripping me out when I've been trying to do my studies of this. It's like I know what it is, but then as I go to put it on paper, it's like, no, that's wrong. That causes all these other issues. Like this bump should only be about here. Yeah, it's about there. So we're going to pull that back, and when it comes to... That's about the halfway point. So it's just below the halfway point. Here, we got halfway. Here's halfway there, right? So our cat's eyes are just about the exact halfway. So just a little bit below that. Now the real question in this one, as we work through this, will be, do we put the actual name on the desk like he did? I'm thinking I'm not going to. I'm just thinking that's not what I want to do. We'll see that. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. I just want to get there faster. Yeah. I don't live. I am pain. I don't live. I am pain. Wanna live with your misery. I don't live. I am pain. Go on my kisses on your hair. Just feel my way. She said, I'm dead. just want to get there faster. Yeah! I don't live. I am pain. I don't live. I don't live. I am. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. Right now, it's just starting up Radioactive by Imagine Dragons, and I guess I never really paid attention to the beginning of the song, primarily because if I listen on the radio, I don't know about anybody else, but DJs are always talking over it. They're always trying to hit the point, as it's called, and chemicals, and they so it's like, they always talk over till the lyrics start up. It's like, there's stuff in before the lyrics for a reason usually. But the thing is, because I never really paid attention to it, every time it comes on here, I swear to God, it's a Coldplay song. Because it's that kind of, Active, I'm radioactive, raise my it's a revolution, I suppose. We'll ride it. Like I said, that comes up in here, comes back down like that a little bit. Yeah, it's funny. This morning, one of the first news stories I saw was regarding the Philly Fanatic. Apparently got somebody in the face with a hot dog. Gave one a black eye. And I was like, oh, dude, I really hope that this person's not an asshole, so they don't get rid of the hot dog cannon. Not that I ever got one. I mean, look, I was an employee. Even if I got one, I'd have to hand it over. Now I could if I go to a game, but it's like, it's just fun and stupid. I don't know. I don't want to lose all the fun and stupid in the world. But she was a lifelong Phillies fan, so she's like, I know I should pay attention, I know baseball's come. I just wasn't even thinking about the hot dog. So I'm hoping she's cool with it. The Phillies are like, dude, just please come back whenever you want. I think they're like, dude, just don't sue. We don't want to lose The Fanatic is the most sued mascot in sports, on top of being the most beloved mascot in sports. If you didn't know that. And I just feel bad sometimes for his best friend, Tommy. He's actually a fanatic. This Tom's such a nice guy. I miss him harassing my father. I don't think I've ever... maybe I did. My dad got 14 seasons, I think? It was 14 seasons. Was the... I'm still on that thing. Jeez, I'm all in the wrong spot. My dad was the guy who would be on top of the dugout before and after the game, just basically to help fans if they were trying to get an autograph, or more importantly, trying to keep you from just throwing random shit at the players if they're not paying attention to sign something, You'd be surprised how many people will see someone signing and they just start throwing shit. They don't even pay attention to whether the player's looking at them. You know, and that could get somebody, you know. You don't want to get these guys hurt because you wanted an autograph, you know? Like, that's stupid. So my dad would be there, you know, hold on, let me get the ball, and I'll hand it over to him, you know. But because he was that, when the Fanatic would do his dance in the 7th inning, my dad had to stand at the bottom of the dugout and keep people from jumping up, because that's the other thing fans like to do. When the Fanatic's up there, I'm going to jump up and dance with the Fanatic. No, the Fanatic chooses who goes up there, you know. Sometimes he has plans and he can't pick a random person, you know. They got a sponsor, you know, dance or whatever. So, but one of the things he could always make time for was harassing my father. And to me, you know, it's just hilarious because I know how good of friends they are, you know, like they've known each other for a very long time. And my dad actually used to be the one who escorted the Fanatic for a little while, back at Vet Stadium days. So it's just, it cracks me up when I see it. Yeah, I would see him like, one of his favorite things to do. My dad used to keep his, every year the Phillies would give us a pin, you know, for whatever it may be. It's just a Phillies logo. The year after Harry Harry Callis died, they gave the HK pins and stuff. And that might have been actually the year he died. That they gave it to him. But so my dad had all these pins. He's been with the Phillies now since 1993. That's a lot of time. So he had a lot of pins. And so the Fanatic he liked to put them in his hat because his lanyard was too full. And so the Fanatic come over and on his head, little pin marks on my dad's head at the end of the game. It's very funny to me. We'd be having beers afterwards when the Phillies were really popular. You know, we just try to wait out the traffic in the parking lot and just. My dad, my father-in-law, and I would all just sit around and, you know, have a few beers, talk about, you know. What? Did you go off? Right. You know, just shoot the shit, whatever. And it's just funny sometimes to be like, Dad's sitting there rubbing his head. Fucking Fanatic got me again. Fanatic's gotten him with a Super Soaker before. That's always fun. Though, honestly, I'm sure my father on, like, some of those July days and stuff appreciated that. I don't know how you could not. So that dugout, man, Jesus, I did it one time in July on a Sunday because he wasn't feeling very well. And so the position I was in at that time, I was working the press elevator, so technically he was going to be my relief for break, so he's just like, look. You go to the dugout. I'll do the elevator. When it comes time for breaks, we'll switch out. By that point, the dugout should be a little cooler because the shade will start coming in. I said, all right, that's fine. Yeah. I have never sweat so bad in my life. The sun does not set up there until the sun actually sets. So you will sweat your goddamn balls off and just roast up there. I brought 2 bottles of water thinking that was enough. And I was like, I went off the break and I just, like, whoa! Like, I couldn't speak. It was so bad. I don't know how he did it for as long as he did it. Not to mention, sometimes, like, the entitlement of people sometimes can be a bit confusing, where people think that they're owed something from the players. Like, dude, you pay to watch a game. Like, you know, I know you pay a lot of money, especially for the seats real close to the dugout. I get that. But in the end, those ticket prices for the game, you know, like, outside of that, they don't owe you anything. Like... buddy of mine put it to me plainly when he said, again, it was after we won the World Series. We're still selling out, doing all this stuff. And the Phillies were still doing, like, Dollar Dog Night. And they were still doing, bobblehead giveaways. And he's like, dude, Boston got rid of that shit the second they won the World Series. He's like, they just, Now, I don't know if they've brought it back or what, but he said that they dropped that stuff pretty quickly because they just knew they were getting sold out anyway, so why bother? And the Phillies were like, we know we're getting sold out anyway, but let's cheer our fans on, So they already were giving you stuff. I mean, whether you think it's cheap crap or not, that's your problem at that point, I got a basement full of it. They made us buy it as a boys. So I got my Roy Halladay bobbleheads. I got my Chase Utley. I got Carlos Ruiz. Let's see, what else I got? Got my Fanatic Jedi and Fanatic X-Wing pilot. I gotta do something. This thing's starting to hurt me really badly. I don't know if it's this one or the one I wear at work that's bothering me so much now. I don't know. I never understood that type of entitlement. I also never understand autograph hunters either. Like, I just don't. That's, yeah. Like, I guess if you're trying to make a business out, you're going to go sell them later or something. I don't know, maybe. I very rarely ever try to get anything signed. Most of all I ever did was comic books. And 9 times out of 10, it wasn't so I'd get it signed. It was just so I could talk to them. Like, I'd go for the line, I'd prefer a sketch from a comic book artist rather than a signed piece. Or if it was something like, the only time I did sign it was like, it wasn't really so much for the signature as so much as be like, look, this is one of my favorite stories. I really dig your art, whatever it may be. And so that way I would kind of try to keep extra care of it. I blew up in my face when my basement flooded a few years ago, but I had all these nice signed books that all got ruined because I had them on display and I had pin pricks in them when I had hung them up on the walls. And those pin pricks sucked the water right up when my basement flooded. That's a whole other tale. Sadness. I lost some good books too. But like, I've mentioned on here before, the morning show here, President Steve show. I've gotten to know those guys pretty well. I did the comic book for them. The only time I ever asked them for an autograph, actually, like the first time I went in the studio, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited to be here. Like, I'm meeting these guys. It's so great. I just can't believe it. I love them. They're just like my favorite morning show. And it was like, I still didn't ask them for autographs, but it felt like an asshole. And then, after a while, it's like, okay, well, now they're kind of... I mean, maybe they're not friends. We don't hang out, but if I see them, I know... they tend to recognize me, and I know them, obviously. But it's like, the only time I ever asked for their autographs, Quest Diagnostics was doing like a little fundraiser, and somebody wanted to do an MMR basket. And so I was like, and they asked me, they said, can you get, like, do something for the comic? I said, all right, yeah, you know what, I'll do a sketch. And I was like, I'll get them to sign the sketch. So I went in and I actually wrote an extra copy of the book, and I got them to sign that too. But I was like, dude, this isn't for me. They're like, really? I'm like, no, I don't. So don't take offense. It's like, you guys, I know you guys. I don't get tripped up by that too much. Because of hanging out in the studio sometimes, I've met. Let's see, who did I meet? I met Chris Tucker. That was cool. He was like totally low key. That was really neat. Like, he came in the studio and he was just like, no entourage, none of that stuff. This is when he was really, really popular. Yeah, I mean, I guess he was now too. But like, this is like rush hour days. Just came in. hung out, took pictures like everybody that was there. That was cool. I wish I could find those pictures. I think I uploaded them up to like MySpace, and I deleted them off my computer like an asshole. I think. They might be in an archive somewhere. I'll have to look. I'm at... Who else did I meet there? I had a couple people there, and I can't think of it now. I think I could have met Mark Summers, but it was a day when I was actually going somewhere else. With they were going to off-site, well, not all of them, but some of them were. And I think I went with them. Might have been the Vag Launch. I'm not sure. That one I might have gone a little gog over because like my 8-year-old self would have popped out like, it's Mark Summers from Double Dare. But we're not getting far on this at all, are we? That's all right. I told you this one's gonna be a hard one, and we want the drawing tight. Same thing happened with I did a Delacroix cover. Yeah, cover. Delacroix study. The same thing happened kind of on that one too. It was like we got to make sure the drawing's right, otherwise the whole painting will be shit. Discord because the OBS fucking up. What else did I meet? I met a couple of celebrities. The working the press elevator, I met a bunch of people because I met like Steve Carlton and like that was a big one. Players at the time like Ben Revere. I met Darren Dalton. That was awesome. Dutch was fucking great. He's just a cool guy. Mentioned on my Facebook page, he smells like cinnamon and awesome. And, he was just cool. Couple con meetings I had was like comic book conventions. I got to meet Kevin Smith. That was cool. Got to meet Jay too. I felt bad. I did a drawing knowing Kevin Smith was going to be there. I did a drawing of Blunt Man and Chronic, and Alexa, skip. But I didn't know Jason was going to be there, and so I was like, "Oh, Jay, did you see the drawing?" Because they kept talking and put it over, and I'm getting pictures. And so I was like, "Oh, did you see that drawing?" He goes, "Yeah, where the fuck's mine?" I'm like, "Dude, I didn't know you were going to be here today. You weren't, And I started doing like, "You're not supposed to be here today." And, all right. I was like, "I'll get you one." I never did. I didn't have any drawing paper with me at the time, so it would have been like, it was a Sunday. It was messed up. My buddy Bungo and I actually were joking around right after that whole Allison Mack shit happened. Like the sex cult thing. After all that started going down, because we met her at the con and we were just joking around. I was like, she didn't try to call us a fucking sex cult. That sucks. I kind of suspect that our wives would not have gone for it. I'm just guessing. I'm just taking a shot in the dark there. I'm not the greatest judge of character, but my thoughts are that my wife would not. I'm going with it. That's so weird. Why did mine not go? Alright, doesn't matter. All my love to give, I will survive. I will survive. Yeah, yeah. Alright, here goes a little bit over there. goes a little up there. I'm going to start putting in some of these little markers. Just to make sure we start seeing like our kitty cat. Chicks dig it. So my problem is, like I said, back in the MySpace days, kitties. I just have an album that I kept about like celebrities I'd met and stuff from the show or from the conventions and stuff. And I don't know what I did with any of those pictures. So I can't remember all of them. Again, shit went missing here. So. Love with you and... The one that kicks my ass still to this day, and I was, 9 years old, I think? 8 or 9 years old? Was when I met Michael Keaton as they were shooting the movie Clean and Sober. As they shot the very last scene of that movie, right across the street from Taylor Hospital up here. And they made it, so it's a winter scene, but they were shooting it like in April or May, something like that. It was near the end of school, so it might have been May. I think it was May. My friend Becky and I went up there, and so they're making fake snow, in a warm period here in Delco, which is, we're a unique breed. We'll just put it that way. Sorry, my pants are falling down while I'm sitting. I don't know how it's happening. And Delconians are unique creatures, and we loves to sled. I'll just put it that way. And so they're making all this fake snow, and us neighborhood kids are just fucking ruining it for them. I mean, we're just constantly sledding down the hill. One was like ice, one was like just foam. All right. And I eventually switched out, I think, entirely to the foam just to get us all to stop doing it. But Michael Keaton was coming out the set, and I got his autograph. And then I promptly, 3 days later, lost it. And this was, right before he became Batman. So, yeah, I guess I must have been 9 years old. And yeah, because I was still in Leadom. It's before my parents moved. No, I had to be 8 about to turn 9. That's exactly how old I was. Because we were still in Leadom, and we moved out of Leadom when I was 9. So, like I said, it was warm. So. And I am the one who's terminated, son. This is another place that kept catching me when I was trying to do my studies, before this. What's an angel's cry? Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam in the back of my Dragula. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches. Dragula. Upon the cactus. dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam. Baby, do it, baby. Boom. The boat's 21 away. Above hell you cry, all on your back, I can never die. Do it, baby, do it, baby. Track your life. Wow, talk about going completely different. Alright, so Rob Zombie, Dragula, right? Wanna guess? Ready? Here we go, I'll give you some minutes. Ready, here we go. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. My girl's name is Sonora. I tell you, friends, I adore her. She dances, oh brother. She's a hurricane in all types of weather. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body in. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. We can talk about cha-cha, tango, waltzer, the rumba. Senora's dance has no title. You jump into saddle, hold on to the bridle, jump in the line, rock your body in time. My youngest brat was quite interesting today. She was doing everything she could to stop my wife and I from talking to each other. So my wife's trying to show me if, photos of cats or something she saw online, and Sophia's running over. No! I get to see it first! You and Daddy stop talking about it! Yeah, and all sorts of fun stuff. You really should have kids. They're just wonderful. Anyway. No! Daddy, no! Mind you, she's 8 years old. And, so she's giving me all sorts of hell. And so I just looked her dead in the face and I said, you know what? Tomorrow, when Mommy and Daddy check into our hotel before the concert starts, we're going to spend just the whole time talking to each other and showing pictures to each other. And my wife's cracking up. Sophia starts, no, you better not! I'm telling you, kids are just a wonderful experience. It's one of the reasons why in my when I said the other night, even talked about the painting I had sent to Hillary Hahn's reps to just basically like get rid of the damn thing, you know. Oh, padding's going or something. Anyway, just to get rid of that one painting that was bothering me in my house. She had just had. Well, I didn't know at the time. I knew she was due. She had just had a new baby, and so her kids are like, I think, like close to 3 years apart, something like that, if I remember correctly. So I literally said, I can only wish you the best hope or prayer I can give you is may your two kids not behave like my younger two. So maybe not fight as often. It's my two. Holy shit. I love them to death, but like we actually have on camera, I think I've said this before, the exact moment that my son stopped liking his little sister. I mean, it's clear as day if you really pay attention to the way that he behaved with her prior to that moment and everything afterwards for the most part. And it was the moment that she started crawling. We have the first time she crawled towards me or whatever. And she'd done it actually a little bit earlier in the day, but she hadn't done too much till I got home. I was like, here, let's see if she'll do it for you. You know, she did it once, but she stopped doing it. And so I went, and so she starts crawling over to me, and she's like, okay. And Vincent kept getting in the way. And, you know, and you had all these monster trucks out, like little toy monster trucks. And she's crawling to me. She bumped her hand into one and was like, hey, what's this? And immediately takes and shoves it in her mouth and fits it runs over. No, Sophia! And that's the moment he stopped liking his sister. I keep trying to remind him, you know, one day his mother and I are going to pass away. And the only people he's going to have left, you know, of this immediate family will be his two sisters. And I totally understand people that, like, just because they're family doesn't mean you have to like each other. And I get that. I understand that. But it's like, maybe you have a reason to not like each other. You know, I don't know. You can have different opinions of each other, different opinions of things, and still like each other. Yeah. If somebody seriously wounded you, like, be it physically or really emotionally, I totally get that. In this case, it's just these two just fight. Really for no general purpose other than to fight. Now, admittedly, I tell my wife all the time, I was like, you know, we did our damnedest. We tried to stop it. We tried to, you know, negotiate peace for so long, and it just never worked. And we still try to this day, but we, I use it all the time that, like, you know, this is why we'll never have peace as a species. These two just can't even come up to, like, a few minutes of peace. They were going off one time at Target, and I just literally sat there right in front of the Target, like, checkout lady. It's like, this is why, you know, sharks eat their young. And I wasn't talking to her. I was just talking to my wife, you know, because they were, and the lady, like, just gagged a little, like, from laughing. Like, so anybody has kids out there or planning to have kids, I recommend not doing it 3 years apart. And if you do, then I wish you all the love in the world, and I hope that they don't behave like mine too. They're 3 years apart. Behave like my oldest. My oldest is a dream baby, man. She was a sweetheart when she was little. I mean, yeah. Look, she had her fair share of stuff, and there's reasons for that. And I won't go into that stuff. Yeah, stuff that involved me and her mother's relationships and stuff, and how that how we panned out against each other. And I get that, you know. But for the most part, like, she just sort of went along with the flow for most things. I mean, the worst thing my oldest did to me when she was little was we went to the zoo, and we did the train and the buses, and we were waiting to get on the train again, and we're in Suburban Station. And she goes, "Daddy, I have to go potty." And it's like, ah! If you're not familiar with Suburban Station's bathroom, specifically the men's room, it's a very cruisy bathroom, if you understand what that is. I mean, thankfully, I don't think as many people feel the need to go for random sex in men's rooms anymore, I hope. As prevalent. But, yeah. I've heard many a story of people, like, you know, going to go to the bathroom at Suburban Station and walking in and find two dudes jacking each other off. It's like, yeah, you really want to use this bathroom, sweetheart? Can you hold it till we get on the train? No? Okay. And so I had to, like, took her in, and I was like, okay, wait right here for a second. I went, like, peeking through to make sure nobody was jacking off another dude or blowing somebody or whatever, you know? It's like, and then, once I did that, okay, let's find the cleanest stall. Which is a relative term. Very relative term. It sucks. I lose my Be Right Back page because of this stupid OBS update that occurred and fucked up my computer. It wasn't really fuck up my computer; it just fucked up itself. The computer's working fine. But anyway, you know, now if anybody randomly shows up, which no one will, but yeah, like I had to, okay, now let's find one with toilet paper. And that was like the worst thing she ever did to me when she was little. Which, all things being considered, that's not terrible. Alright, man. That's livable. Come and take me by the hand, by the hand, pretty mama, I'm gonna dance with your daddy all night. Like to hear some funky Dixieland, pretty mama, come and take by the hand, take me by the hand. Hear some funky Dixieland, pretty mama, come and take me by the hand, take me by the hand. I like to hear some funky Dixieland, pretty mama, come and take me by the angle's wrong. That's better. That's better angle. Danny, oh, no. Now see, here's the thing. I think these are some sort of etching tools that I'm not familiar with. Likely for lithographing. So, unfortunately, we're kind of improvising there again. There's some factors of when you do these paintings, especially if you're going to do stuff based on an older piece, that you just you gotta improvise a bit, because it's out of context now. Mama loves mambo. Mama loves mambo. Look at him swinging away with it, shouting ole with it. Wow. Papa loves mambo. Mama loves mambo. Play with it, swings like a gate with it. Now goes to. She goes fro. He goes fast. She goes slow. He goes left. And she goes right. Papa's looking for Mama, but Mama is nowhere in sight. Papa loves mambo. Mama loves mambo. Coming again, younger than spring again. Swing again. Wow. Papa loves mambo. Mama loves mambo. Don't play a samba. Papa loves mambo tonight. It's going to be interesting. I'm trying to figure out then if this is going to take as long as it appears to be taking, which is fine. Do I even bother trying to do that? Yeah, my original plan was let's do the modernist review maybe Sunday. Ooh, she goes right. Papa's looking for Mama, but Mama is nowhere in sight. Papa loves mambo. Mama loves mambo. Sing again, younger than spring again. Sing again, wow. Papa loves mambo, mambo, mapa. Mambo, mama. Don't play the samba, 'cause Papa loves mambo tonight. Alexa, skip. Hand on my mantle, lots of sap till I'm gone. There's a season of no reason I have seen through how shit on me, shit on me. Shit on me. I'm a lantern, I'm a panther, I see something till I'm gone. There's the handle on my mantle on the sand. Oh my God. She's insane. She don't lay. Alright. I think we got our little cat face down pretty good right there, where he's going to be. What'll be interesting is to see if this changes some of the way I portray pets. The reason I say this is when I did the painting of Chiram, over there, there's definitely a bit of an influence from the Hiroshige piece I had done a study of last year. And so it's like if that influenced that, and really that kind of influenced Mike's painting as well, you know, had a little bit of influence. I mean, it was a cat, so it was not really directly related to Mike's one, but there's a little bit of a, you know, similar element in there. So the question would be, is, does that similar type of thing happen here? Okay, so let's go up there. Let's get that way. Uh-huh. Spread it out a little bit. Okay. Going a little too angry in the eye. And one of the things I tried to do when I was doing the sketches earlier, when I was just trying to do random versions of these monsters and stuff, was I did try to, like, do a lot more of the tonal variety he was doing, and I'm not going to screw with that right now. There's no point. You know, I have the image here, and because of what I'm kind of planning out of these, I just don't think it's going to make a difference. This got kind of funky looking. See in relation to the angles. It's a little bit above them. But I think because the way we've kind of sacrificed some things here, I think we're going to have to get a little creative with this pause. So they still work in the correct image way, but not necessarily the same. I see this is one of those things where we can kind of play around on these monsters too. I mean, they're not monsters. They're owls and bats and cats and yeah. I mean, some of those bats are fucked up looking. Like the one up at the top, man, that's a scary looking motherfucker. Like, that's the one that if that crashed through the window, Bruce Wayne ain't becoming Batman. Bruce Wayne's moving the fuck out of that house. Like that's what that one is. It is nice though. Tomorrow I get to sleep in a little. But my wife has told me I gotta go clean out our dryer vent. Which I better not find anything fucking living there this time. See, we had our dryer stopped working. Now, this is a relatively new dryer. I think it was 2 years old last year, I think, right? Something like that. So this is a young dryer. And it just stopped working. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, we're like, what the hell's going on here? And we're looking at all the codes, and the one code says something about the dryer vent. You know, we're like, okay, well, I guess, you know. Now, we had kept seeing a bird kind of move in and out. So we figured, okay, there's a nest in there. Gotcha. All right, so the nest must be backed up a little bit. And, you know. Yeah, it's blocking it up a little bit. Well, the nest wasn't blocking up a little bit. That motherfucker, like I guess it just kept bringing straw in or whatever, you know, like little bits of, you know, grass or whatever. That fucker was a good, let me see, I had my arm all the way into the vent. I pulled the whole cover off. My arm was all the way in, right? I had a, like a claw, like, you know, like a little wire claw. It's usually used for cleaning out drains. I don't know what the fuck it's called. And that thing's probably a good 2 feet long. So I had my arm all the way in, plus another 2 feet, and I couldn't reach the back of the straw, like all the different bits of straw. I couldn't get anywhere near it. Right? I had to get my leaf blower, put it on a suction, hold it dead set against the thing. Kept pulling it back. So eventually I suck it to get a little closer, and I was doing that for a good probably 30, 40 minutes to get them all out. Speaking of Gaelic songs, this is a good spot to go in after the song's over. To get the kids to bed. Twas up in the blue stack mountain, Sarcy kept a bit of a still. We were sneaking home a bottle when the guards came up the hill. Lose the booze, cried Darcy, before we could reply. He dumped it in the nosebag of the donkey standing by. The donkey had a ganky leg and only one good eye. He got a lick of the whiskey, he'd swear that he could fly. He rocketed through the roundabout and down by James's bar. And he bolted through the hedges, a track about and cha. Here's to you. To me, one and all, the garner, the gargle, the trophy on the wall. Here's to you, to me, one and all, the day that Darcy's drunken donkey won the race at Donegal. Donkin paced the donkey, he followed in pursuit. For fear they'd spill the whiskey, we begged them not to shoot. We bound through the turnstile, we got there just in time to place our bets before the love of the priest started behind. The flag was up, the race was on, the donkey lay behind. He saw the guards were after him, but sure he didn't mind. He had himself another sip, the second one as well. And both kicked up the competition all to hell. Is somebody there or is just lying to me? Just said there were 2 people. I guess they're lying to me. One day I'm going to hold 3 people. Donkey passed the postal up to a head. He finished off the whiskey, then toppled over dead. We went and checked the bets and found when everything was done, the Garda came in second. They picked it 5-1. James for a pint to celebrate all the winnings and to celebrate the night. We missed the poor old donkey, but still we had to laugh when Jamesy made the trophy of his donkey's better half. So raise a beer in the air to the famous derriere. Everybody raise a glass to Darcy's ass. Darcy's ass! Here's to you, to me, one and all. The gargle, the trophy on the wall. Here's you. To me you won it all, the day that Darcy's drunken donkey won the race at Donegal. The day that Darcy's drunken donkey won the race at Donegal. Alexa, pause. Alright, I gotta be right back. I gotta get this kids to bed. I know, it's good. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Sticky out. Little birthday cupcake the other day. I wanted to do something regarding this. Hold on, this is just to be stupid. Camera? Hello? You know what? Maybe I should do it here. Huh. Let me go back here, hold on. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's so stupid. Ah. As soon as I went inside, I was hungry. It's exciting stuff, right? Hey man, it's leftover birthday cupcakes. I'd share them if you guys were here, but nobody's here. Start shoving at the camera. Eat it! Stupid cow. There are currently no channels hosting me. Alexa, resume. Too good a song not to listen to. Not this, I forgot to turn it back on when I come in. Not tonight, motherfuckers. Nurture, nurture, heaven and home. Some of all and by them driven to conquer every mountain shown. But I'll never cross the river. Brave the forest, brave the stone. Brave the icy winds and fire. Braved and beat them on my own. But I'm helpless by the river. Angel, angel, what have I done? Face the quakes, the wind, the fire. I've conquered country, crown and throne. Why can't I cross this river? Chicks dig it. Angel, what have I done? Face the quakes, the wind, the fire. Conquered country, crown and throne. Why can't I cross this river? Pay no mind to the battles you've won. Take a lot more than reach and muscle. Open your heart and hands, my son, or you'll never make it over the river. Take a lot more than words and guns. A whole lot more than riches and muscle. mighty must join as one, and together we'll cross the river. Take a lot more than words and guns, a whole lot more than riches and muscle. The hands of the mighty must join as one, and together we'll cross the river. Nature, nurture, heaven and home. Let some of all and by them driven, conquer every mountain shown, and together we'll cross the river. Brave the forest, brave, it'll take a lot more than words and guns, a lot more than riches and muscle. The hands of the mighty must join as one, and together we'll cross the river. I know I sing that song terribly, and I don't care. I sing a lot of Maynard songs terribly. Damn, they're good. Cross the river. I haven't listened to the new album yet, though. I heard some people were a little mixed on that one. Nurture heaven and home. Wow, we are not anywhere near like halfway to this point. Woo! And the main figure's down, and the main figure is really the one that's like absolutamente, you know, must be done. It's got to be right. Hello, Dolly. Well, hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Dolly. We can tell. My first boss was named Dolly. Well, that technically was my second boss. My first boss was an asshole, but first boss I liked. I was 17. I worked in a tuxedo shop. One of your own favorite songs from way back when. Take her rap, fellas. Find her an empty lap, fellas. Dolly'll never go away. Dolly'll never go away. I worked at the Phillies with someone named Dolly, and I'd sing the song every now and then. People look at me like, it's a lot of older people, and they're like, how do you know that song? I'm like, it's fucking Hello Dolly. Why do you not know that song? Let's see here. We got this nasty looking motherfucker up here. Hello, Sax. This is Francis Louis. It's so nice to see you back where you belong. Your look on top. Oh, Louis, never stop. Oh, Louis, you're still singing, you're still swinging, you're still going strong. We get the room swaying. When you started playing one of your great songs, or songs from way back when. Blow your horn, Louis. Sing up a great big storm, Louis. Promise you won't go away. Promise you won't go away. Should we name this Scuttle Sings? If that picks up anyway. I was like Scuttle singing. Whoa, yeah! Can't help but think of my friend Connie every time I hear this song. Every time. I know a girl who thinks of ghosts. Make your breakfast. She'll make you toast. But she don't use dinner. She don't use cheese. She don't use jelly or any of these. She uses Vaseline. 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 I know a guy who goes to shows when he's at home and he blows his nose. He don't use tissues or his sleeve. He don't use napkins or any of these. He uses magazines. Yeah, it's funny. When this song was out, you know, in the 90s, and I first was shown it by my friend Connie. Came on the radio at one point. I'm with my mom in the car. I was like, "Oh, I love this song! Yeah, put it on." She's listening to it. It's just like, what the hell is wrong with you kids and your music these days? You know, like kind of like looked at me like I was crazy. I proved her right. Reminds me of Cher. She's always Cajun. The color of her hair. She don't use nothing. She buy in the store. She likes her hair to be real orange. She uses tangerines. 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 Get some of these at least. Sure, get most of these forms down. I got 10 minutes. Promised the wife we'd watch some TV before I went, before going to bed. Watch that Hemlock Grove again. Watch the season 2. So that's an interesting show. Yeah. Okay, bem, that's the way they say it. Gonna have a funky good time. We're gonna have a funky good time. All right. We're gonna have a funky good time. We're gonna have a funky good time. Take 'em high. Yeah. Yeah. We'll take 'em high. Yeah. Right. God. Wait, why am I offline? It's saying I'm offline. But I'm still going. Oh, this thing's fucked up, man. I got no idea. Now I'm back online. Whatever. This thing's crazy. This thing's cool. This is why I like my other OBS. It works much better. But it's not working tonight. So tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk's still good. Got to get high. Yeah. Yeah, baby, yeah. Yeah. Oh, well. Get. So go. Get down. You need me to get down. I got to get in D. You get me to get down. I got to get down D. Get in D. The funk D. The funk D. It's a funky D. How's that looking? I don't know. Check. I haven't checked to see how I'm still focusing. It's actually staying pretty good in focus. As good as can be expected, I guess. I think we're going to try for one more owl real quick, and then we're going to call it for tonight. It's like a head right here. And I'm not going to like get... I'm not finishing this out. I'm more like just trying to get these shapes in now at this point. It'll make it go so much faster. Gotta get the funk good time. So much. Gotta take my hunky good time. You gotta hack my eye. Yeah. Wait a minute. See you. Hey, see you. Oh, brother. I have the first part of that. I don't know why I could never find the second part on. We're going to stop this now. Alexa, stop. So there's not enough time for one more song, especially because it was Parliament. I know I'm going to stay in groove. I have got to get to bed. I got a big day tomorrow. Concert, baby. Like all day, too. Not all day. It's like an hour plus drive and then concert. I mean, I can't finish him. I can start to do this. That's really all he is. He's just a bunch of marks. And this is where it's going to get very interesting. It's like, the figure's nothing. Once we get the painting, this figure's nothing. It's this bit right here. Where, you know, right there. That's going to go like nothing. Pop it out. You know, it's all that other stuff because if you pay attention to the print, there's so much straight, long lines, stuff that's part of just doing a lithograph. And I'm not doing a lithograph, you know? I'm not doing a print here. So, you know, I've got to do things a little differently, especially if I'm going to try to make it mine. So what may be straight, solid, long lines likely are not going to be. You know, they're going to be jagged. They're going to be made out of little, you know, smaller strokes. You know, what I want this to look like by the time it's said and done. For the most part, what I've been kind of thinking about is something to kind of make it feel uneasy, like really uneasy. I've been thinking that the background will probably be very intense variations of red. The creatures themselves will probably actually be in a greens. Let me see what else did I write down here. And then likely I've seen some Goyas where I think I was thinking about blues and like gold, you know, trimming maybe and stuff on the coat and pants. So this will feel hopefully realistic by my standards. You know, think Wilma. I mean, is Wilma blue? No, she's not a blue doll. But the way that I was trying to use color, Wilma blue worked. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. That type of area where you're kind of half between reality and dream. And then once we go back into this area, we are entering dreams. You know? The piece literally is El Sueno de la razon produces monstruos. You know, like sleep of reason produces monsters. So I think we can do that. Pull it off nicely. So that's gonna be it for tonight. The sketch actually comes out pretty nice. I think sometime we're gonna have to just sketch. Maybe I'll try to rearrange the camera at some point and just pull out a book and we'll do some drawing at some point too. Just no need to paint. It'd be nice to do some life drawing as opposed to some of these ones where it's just off of photos. That's what I want to do at some point. But all that will involve needing better cameras and shit and better ability to be portable. So I gotta get viewers first. Viewers and patrons. So until then, I will catch you guys later. I hit the button right. Did I hit the button right? I hit the button.